So a couple of months ago, I made the switch from controller to keyboard and mouse. It was a big jump, and settings were the hardest thing that I could figure out. In this video, I'll show you my best settings in order to help you switch to keyboard and mouse. Alright, so let's jump right into my settings. First of all, window mode. Now, most people use full screen, but because I have two monitors, I use windowed full screen, so I can just press the escape and then easily switch between the two. But don't use windowed. Windowed is really bad, just trust me, don't use it. Resolution, keep it as your native one. It's very simple. I have VSync off. Now I know quite a few people have VSync off as well, so I've just kind of copied them. To be honest, I don't know what it does. FPS limit, I've set that at 240. My monitor is 240 Hz. Depending on your PC, if you have a low to mid-end PC, I would cap it at around about 200 FPS. Depending on your monitor as well, if you've got a 120 FPS monitor and you've got a really high-end PC, just upgrade your monitor. Rendering mode, I use legacy performance because I've got a glitch at the minute where my character is a little bit blurry, the outline. So performance mode, legacy performance, they're really similar. Personal preference. DirectX 12 and DirectX 11. If you're more of a casual gamer, by all means, but if you're watching this video, most likely you are not. Brightness 150, 1. I have tried to note 4. I had colorblind off and 10 because I know that's what a lot of people do, but I found personal preference, try to note 4. Interface parallax on. I don't know what that is, to be honest. 3D resolution, have it as high as possible, depending on your PC as well. 100% is ideal. View distances I have as epic because easy to spot weapons when you're landing. Textures I have epic because my PC can handle it. Meshes low, you don't need high meshes unless you want to, of course. Show FPS on, I just like to see if I get any frame drrops. Latency markers off, on and boost. If you have a low end PC, I would keep this off. Then mid-end on, high to mid-end on plus boost. It basically makes use of your graphics card as well as your CPU. Volume, this is quite important. This is up to personal preference as well. I have my music down to 0, music lobby down to 0. This could probably be down to 0 as well. My main is 58%, gameplay 51. It's all personal preference, to be honest. It doesn't make too much of a difference. But a really important setting is sound quality. High. It's made a huge difference. And also invest in a quality pair of headphones as well. Like, I've literally had to tape mine up. I've used them for that long. 3D headphones, I've got them off, personal preference. Hit markers, legacy. Background audio, personal preference. Subtitles, I have on, medium, white, none. Medium, again, personal preference. Visualize sound effects, have it on. Trust me, you don't want to be that person who gets snuck up on. Audio output device, have your headphones, you don't want your monitors. If you've got speakers, use your speakers. License audio. Now, I have this on, but when I'm recording, I have it off because my most popular video, 5k views within a couple days, and it got copyright striked because I hit the Billy Bounce emote. Moving on to the next setting, communication, voice chat method, open mic, personal preference, voice chat input device, default, you want it to be your microphone. If you have a headset with a microphone on, select that obviously. Voice chat notifications on, text chat, I have friends only because I think I created this account when I was like 5, never been asked to change it. Filter mature language on, personal information on, just common sense, to be honest. Now I have this as auto. Language, your language, wherever you're from. If you're listening to this, you probably have it's English, default language. Toggle sprint on, you want to be able to sprint. Auto open doors, personal preference, I'll have it on when I'm doing edits. I like to automatically go through doors. Just got to be careful when the enemy edits doors, you don't go right through them and get one pumped. Mantle activation, hold jump. Again, a space bar. Why would you hold W to mantle? I don't know. Preference, I guess. My mantle and hurdle, they're like the same thing. I don't know why they've not just merged it into one. Hold to swap pickup, I have it on because I use E to use, as we'll go on to my settings later on. But personal preference again. ADS, I've not actually touched this, to be honest. Mark danger when ADS on, auto pickup weapons off, because if I have If I'm in a fight, I've just killed someone, I get pushed by another one. I don't want to have 3 shotguns in my inventory. Swap fire buttons for pump and dump. Huh? I've got it on. Preferred item slots. Okay. So I have my first slot as an AR, second slot as a shotgun. I use mainly 2 guns. I rarely ever use 3. My last one is always a utility, whether that be shockwaves or a grappler or shockwave launcher or any of that, and slot 3 and 4 heals. Once again, simple build. I don't have simple build on. Reset building choice off, turbo building on. If you're a fast builder, you most likely have this on. If not, and you want to get better, switch this setting on. Simple edit off. Come on, don't use simple edit in 2026. Disable pre-edit option on. Auto confirm edits to both. Turbo build and creative mode on. Nvidia highlights on. Peripheral lighting on. Tap to search on. Now this is quite interesting. A lot of people change this depending on what they want. I have my FOV between 70 and 100 degrees, but again, it's up to you. Now replays, I have them all off for performance mode, unless I'm doing a video and I want to look back and get a cool picture for my thumbnail or whatever, so I have it off for most of the time. Same with creative replays, high quality replays, all off. Energy saving mode, have it as never if you want high performance. If you don't want that for whatever reason, set it up however you like it. Enable idle energy saving fronted, I've got it off. Enable inactive window energy saving, I have it off. Track speed, festival, right? Who plays festival? I mean, if you want my settings, they're my settings, but I don't think I've ever loaded into a festival game in my life. Game UI, hold on, let's just go back up. Reticle on, reticle ammo indicator on, show spread, first person on, show recoil on, pull reticle on, damage numbers, I have it as cumulative. Reticle damage feedback, hit only. Do you know if you like hit someone and they got shield, there's a little shield icon next to the where you hit. Again, up to you. Damage number scale 100 is just like the HUD size, how big or small you want it. Talk about HUD scale 80%, not too big, not too small, but big enough that I can see it and small enough that it doesn't take up a whole chunk of my screen. Show spectator count on. I always get the occasional 1 or 2 spectators just watching me throughout the game. Quick bar buttons on. Player health on. I don't know why you wouldn't have that unless you're doing a challenge. Resources on. Minimap on. These are all pretty simple. Just have them all on. Latency debug stats, I have it off. On. Runtime performance stats off. Collapse weapon mod descriptions off. Whatever. Moving on to the more interesting stuff. Next. Haptics on. Gyro aiming off. Scope aiming. Active mode, building, editing. I don't know what any of these are, to be honest. If you want them, here they are. I've never used them before. I think this is a lot for controller players, if I'm not wrong, but keyboard and mouse players, here. Invert mouse view, I have it off. Invert aircraft mouse controls, off. Invert fighter mouse controls, off. Flipping, sounds like flipping Air Force going on here. My X and Y is 6.4. I had it at 6.7, yeah, 6.7, but I found that 6.4 was a sweet spot for me. Maybe I'll change it in the future, I don't know. Targeting and scope sensitivity 45%. Again, it's up to you, but a lot of the pros use between 6.4 or 6.7, 6.9%, I think. Targeting sensitivity 45%. Again, it's just personal preference. I have both of these at 100, all 3 of these at 100. Never really touched them, to be honest. I don't think I will. Ignore controller input off. Lock input method as mouse. Might have that on actually. You know what? I'm not gonna have that on, just in case I accidentally plug in my controller and drop my controller on the floor. Custom diagonals. Okay, so diagonal movement. If you watch a lot of pros, I think Higgs uses it. Peterbot doesn't. Peterbot has it off. I have it off because I never really thought I was going to use diagonal movement. If I do, I have it at just standard. Again, personal preference. The whole settings video is basically personal preference, but these are mine. I'll keep that off. Touchpad sensitivity to maximum, I have it on, and mouse flight 100%. Okay, my keyboard controls, the one you've all been waiting for. So I have WASD movement, control, and shift as my sprint buttons. I always used to press shift with my ring finger rather than my little finger. I don't know why, it was just a habit. I used to just go like this, and it kind of wasn't good, so I just got to learn how to use my pinky a lot more. Auto run, again, if I'm jumped out the battle pass, I need to quickly check my monitor. I press either equals or whatever this button is on my keyboard. I'm using a 60% at the minute. I had a 75%, so that's where that one came in. Jump, spacebar, WASD, pretty simple. Don't know why I've got arrow keys there. Shoot, aim in. Interesting. Okay, so I have my pickaxe. I've copied Power Worthy's settings for my pickaxe because I always wanted to be able to switch between my wall button and my pickaxe button quite efficiently. And I have my pickaxe as R and my reload as 4. So that means I have my slots. My AR is 1, shotgun 2, heals is 3 and X, and Z for my shockwaves. So I press 1 and 2 and Z with my 4th finger, and I press obviously 3, 4 and X with my index. Building, control to crouch. I have Q for wall because I have R for pickaxe, so they're on opposite side of the keyboard. They're on opposite side of the keyboards, so I can easily switch between them, and also it's right next to my shotgun number 2 in case I need to quickly switch back to my shotgun, whatever. I have mouse buttons. I reckon half the gamers do in 2026. Again, I have roof and stair, 4 and 5. Trap is T. I rarely use traps. They've not added them back in. Place building. Repair is G. I don't know why. Rotate building, I've switched off because I had it as 4 as well, but sometimes I accidentally pressed it, and when I was learning, I would have this off. Same with pre-edits off. 100%. Change building material is left, is right click. Sorry. Building edit is F and scroll wheel down. Again, a lot of pros I've been noticing, Clicks, Higgs, Alex, they're all using G with their thumb. I can't use my thumb. My thumb is really small compared to the rest of my hand. I've just noticed that whilst I've been playing Fortnite. So I've just done what's best for my hand. Simple build, if you use simple build. Communication, scroll wheel. I have like my scroll wheel thing as a place marker. Toggle pickaxe, I don't know what that is. Again, if you're interested in any of these, here they are. But like, what on earth is DBNO carry, DBNO place? Reboot teammate is F. Oh, it's a carry. I think it's to carry people. I don't know. I have it as F as well. I don't know why. Object play is F. Vehicles. Well, I'll just scroll through them and let you guys decide what you want. Right, flipping it, they've got so many vehicles. Like, pirate cannon, shopping cart, what else? All-terrain, ATK, quad crasher, baller. Who knew there was so many? I think a lot of these are just going to be brutes. Oh, wow, the list goes on and on and on. I might just scroll through this. Vehicles, chopper, creative. My menu is M. I don't think anyone wants to see this, to be honest. Yeah. If anyone wants anything, here they are. I'm going to be honest, I've never used any of these in my life. Controller settings. Okay, so this was a big thing when I played controller. I've not touched it when I switched to PC, but I remember I had my sensitivity at 7 and 7. I think I had it at 8. I can't remember what I had these at, but if you play on controller and you want to get good, I recommend having higher sensitivity because you have aim assist, so you don't have to worry that much about your aim, and building is a huge advantage on keyboard and mouse. So in order to keep up, have faster sensitivity. That's my opinion. Okay, controller mapping. Again, I don't use controller. I'm going to skip that one. Account privacy. Yeah, I don't want to leak anything here. Friendly invite anyone. Can receive gifts on. Party join ability. Invite only. See confrontational emotes. Whatever. Public game stats on. Off. Whatever. Off. Wait. What's this? Okay. But yeah, that's everything. And I really hope I didn't press anything too bad. If you guys enjoy the video, please like and subscribe down below. Let me know what you want to see next, because after I finish uploading this video, I'm going to create another video with my mate, Unreal speedrun, so stay tuned for that, as that'll be on the way quite soon in Reload. Also, I'll do another video about how to get good, the best warm-up for keyboard and mouse and controller players, and it does involve this map. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below. See you in a bit. Peace.